G'day, mate, and welcome back to Capital Industry with me, Jenny. In our last episode, we set up some important services, some important integrated services for the housing. We set up both trash and also poop processing, and they're completely set up. Well, mostly set up, 98% set up. There may be some pipes, and there may be some, other things that I need to come back and connect up later, but they're in, they're done, they're ready to go, at least mostly. And now, today's episode, I want to move on to a few new things. We have already researched the nuclear reactor Mark II, but we haven't built one. So obviously, we need to build a nuclear reactor Mark II. Also, I might want to put in a second nuclear reactor. I have a devious plan to use our nuclear reactors to do some other things, but we're going to have to, see how well that works. Either that or it's already written in the title. I'm actually entirely not sure. I just have a plan and a concept, and, future JD, who's actually done up the title and also the thumbnail, might know whether this worked or not. We also might have a nuclear meltdown. Anything is possible, because we haven't recorded the episode yet, which is what we need to do right now. But before I do that, I need to ask the most important question of all, and that is, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like early in the video. Not happy with the video, I didn't enjoy the video, that's okay. I pretty much guarantee at some stage we're going to have a nuclear meltdown, at which point we can send you in as one of the first responders. As always, at the start of every episode, I like to thank those that go above and beyond, those that choose to support the channel. And today, we need to thank another brand new truckie. We need to thank another brand new YouTube member. We need to thank the wonderful Vamp, who has chosen to not only click the like button, which we should have clicked by now, because I asked whether I could borrow it. I just want to borrow it. Not happy with the video, didn't enjoy the video, you can have the like back. But you also should have clicked the subscribe button, which is right beside the like button. You know, you should have clicked that at the same time, because we're in episode, 46? 46 of a Let's Play. Like, that's a lot of episodes. You probably should have clicked subscribe by now. But he's gone one step above and beyond. He's gone one step above and beyond, and he's actually clicked the join button and become a YouTube member. Wonderful YouTube member who helps to keep the dream alive. Helps to keep this my full-time job, which means you get videos on a daily basis. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that at all. You know, becoming a YouTube member is as simple as, clicking the join button. And, we have a couple of tiers. We have the bottom tier, the easiest tier to join, which starts off at $1 a month. And $1 a month provides you the most important thing, at least possibly to you, is the absolution from ad blocker. So any guilt you may feel from using ad blocker, I will absolve you of all your sins, at least for watching, running an ad blocker on my channel. I can't absolve you for the ads everywhere else, but at least from my channel. And for that, I very much appreciate it, because I know lots of people run ad blocker, each to their own. I'm not getting into that argument, but I will say those that choose to support the channel go an awful long way to keep this channel alive and active and full-time. Anyway, again, thank you, Vamp, for choosing to support the channel. With that out of the way, I need to get into today's progress. First thing I need to do is I need to unpause the labs. I paused the labs because, I wanted to have, I want to enjoy the science with you, because we're about to finish cargo depot number 4, which is going to give us bigger, better cargo ships. Speaking of cargo ships, there's a pillar that needs to collapse somewhere. Please don't collapse the pillar. Bad truck. Okay. I have a high amount of radioactive waste, which is one of the things I need to deal with. No, stop. Jetty, stop. I need to go deal with ships. Ships are going to be priority number 1. First thing we need to do is, I have the current cargo ship, the Mr. Shippy, who has a lot of uranium. We've been using him to collect the uranium from our uranium mine. I have an awful lot of uranium. In fact, I have too much radioactive waste. Yes. So I'd like to fix that problem. And I'd like to fix that problem by having this Mr. Shippy, a different Shippy, cargo Shippy, to go get our uranium. So what I want to do is cargo ramps. I would like to get loose modules, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and assign these to go get uranium ore. Done. Copy, paste. Cool. Which means I need to rearrange some pipes. Can I remove like that? Cool. Can I get you lot built? And then we need to do just a tiny bit of balancing. I'm going to need a U-shaped balancer here and here. Yes. So I need to join you in, and you in. Also you in and you in. Okay. And then we need to build all that. And then I need a bucket. an average size bucket, which we're going to put here and here, which will bring that in and that in. Okay. And which way are you? You're already in. You're an in and out. I want you to be an in and an in, please. In. Cool. And that is going to be our bucket for uranium. Uranium ore. Cool. Which means hopefully the trucks will come empty the uranium out of Mr. Shippy finally and put it into the giant bucket. Also means I need to hook back up this diesel pipe. You can go to there. Yeah. And then whilst you're at it, you can go to there. And then we can remove that and that. Cool. That makes me happier. All right. So we have a brand new bucket for all the uranium ore in the world. Okay. We also need to fix up housing. So currently I have just 16 workers available, and I haven't unpaused this ship yet, which is problematic. I need to unpause that ship to actually have this process work. We'll do that in just a second. But to do that, I need more people. Now, people-wise, I have put in our very first ghost town. This is our ghost town. It is our first ghost town. We're probably going to end up building more ghost towns. Can I get there to there filled? And this is 8 lots of housing 3. Now, our housing 3 is 230 people. So if I have 8 times 230 people, that is 1,840 people. And then if I have 2 blocks of housing, which we should be able to fit, it's 3,680 people. As you can see, I have 3,590 people, which means I'm 70 short of my goal. Now, I want to have 70 more people. Now, if I have a T2 housing holds 130 people, which is too much. And if I upgrade it from T2 to T3, it holds an extra 100 people, which is too much again. But, we do have T1 housing, the worst housing, the absolute abysmal housing, which holds 70 people. And I can put in one of those. So that's exactly what I want to do, which means the power module that we never have to move again. We need to move that again. And I can remove this, plus I can remove all of this. And we should be able to throw in a single housing T1 and not block any trucks, hopefully. Radioactive waste storage has high amount of spent fuel. That's fine. Vehicle parts 2 we know about. And crude oil we know about. That's because I processed a whole bunch of crude oil by putting in an extra buffer tank. We'll get to that eventually. Mind control tower. Which mind control tower? That mind control tower. That mind control tower can dig out just the tiniest amount of dirt from there and there and there. And that's probably all the dirt left on the map, at least in the bottom of the crater. Yeah, we've sort of scraped it back down a mountain. Pretty mountainy mountain. Yeah. Once you've done that, I'll probably send you off to go start working on that project. Okay. All right. So we have room now for 3,660 people, which I do believe is 230 multiplied by 16 is... No, technically we could have housing for 20 more people. Okay. I have no idea how we get 20 people, but in theory, we could get housing for 20 more people. So we're pretty much maxed out our housing, but it does mean that I now have enough people. I can unpause this, and Mr. Shippy is getting emptied of all the uranium bit by bit, with trucks going the vast distance of there to there. But we should now be able to import uranium ore. Thankfully. All right. That was the first thing I want to do. Second thing I want to do is research, which just finished. Timing is everything. Okay. If research just finished, can I just do a quick upgrade? Actually, research. We just finished cargo depot number 4, which means I can build a cargo depot number 8. Also means my next research is going to be ship engine and ship weapons. I'd love to load him with depleted uranium rounds, but that's not really possible. But what is possible is upgrading that and that and that to the next level, which I'd love to do. I'd love to upgrade all the docks to tier 8s. Also means I want to upgrade that dock, and that dock to the next tier. Also means that I like ships, so I'm going to buy another ship. Cool. Pause. I don't need you to have people on you. Yeah, we do need an awful lot of construction parts to come up here, and this is why we use the power of Uni, so things happen quickly. Now, that's going to lead me to a problem or 2 or 3 or 4. Okay, first off, well, prime example. Don't run into one another. It's fine. All right, first thing that we need to talk about is our current ships. Our current ships that are currently going and coming and staying and leaving. All right, we are doing a couple of contracts. We were doing 6 module ships, okay, which did 2,000 vehicle parts for 2,200 crude oil. We now are doing an 8 module ship, it's 280 vehicle parts for 3,080 crude oil. Also, we're doing slag, which was 581 sour water for 1,439 slag, which is just a stupid number. And a tier 8 is going to do 2,160, which is 6 modules. 6 modules fully crammed with slag for 872 sour water, which means I need to upgrade both of these ships. Now, you are going to be easy. You are just going to be 2 more of those with 2 more tanks, because at tier 8 it's 280 vehicle parts 2. You carry 360, so that's an easy fix. Also means all I need to do is that, and I need to take the crude oil out of you. Let's do you first and run you to there, and the crude oil from there into that balancer as well. That is 7 into the balancer and 1 out, being our crude pipe that's going to our tanks, which should solve that problem. Okay, that ship has been upgraded. This ship, slightly more awkward, because I'm going to need to have 6 loose modules and then 2 fluid modules. And I don't really want loose modules here, and then a gap, and then more loose modules. I sort of want to move everything along. Yeah, which means I need the ship to be empty. It's now empty, great. Also means I want to remove those pipes, and that pipe, and that pipe, and that pipe, and go away. Cool. And I want to put that there instead. So I need to build all that, and then after I've built all that, I need to remove that. Yeah. There are so many complaints. We'll get to those in a second. All right, with that done, I guess we can cancel you being removed. I want to run this pipe back to where it was. Okay, that is our sour water out. On top of that, I'm going to need to have 2 more modules for loose material, which should go through the balancer, which is not going to go through the balancer because I didn't plan things out and didn't leave enough room. So we're just going to jerry-rig it like that. We need to bring our diesel through to here and then back into here, and then everything should be hunky-dory and we should be good to go. But it means I can put even more slag on the ship and bring back at least now basically 2 solid containers worth of sour water per trip. Great. All right, next thing I need to do is I need to pause that ship and that ship because they both got longer, but they needed more people. I don't need them to have more people. I do need to have 2 more modules in here for more uranium, which we're going to bring in there and in there. Build both those belts. Look at the balancer. You are an out, so I need to flip you so you're in, out. Cool, perfect, done. All right, so that's you done, and you done. All right, next, saplings, don't care. Crude oil, we know. I built a second buffer tank of diesel and filled it up. It used a little bit of crude oil. It's fine. We don't have to worry about that. High supply vehicle parts 3. Not worry about that now. Scrooge McJD has nowhere to mine. We have finished clearing this area out of gold. As you can see, a lot of rock, not a lot of gold. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be digging backward because there is more gold in them hills. And I'm hoping about there is a good spot to stop. We're going to edit area and go there to there and leave them digging. All right, my control tower has no designations. That was this guy that we were talking about earlier. We're going to move him to here. And mining, flat. This is like a future project. Future project. I want to move the ramps. I want to move the ramps. I want to clear up all this area. Mainly because we're going to have to dig in here to get the gold. Because, well, the gold is like right here. Yeah. So if I can move the ramps, that'd be perfect. Cargo depot has no cargo ship. We know. Radioactive waste storage has too much spent fuel. Yep. And you have no modules. We don't care. All right. Next on our list of things I need to fix in today's episode is we have access to the wonderful nuclear reactor Mark II, which I could upgrade to. But I have a problem. I can't really turn off the nuclear reactor because it's producing all our power. Almost all our power. most of our power. I do have over here in the old base, we do have 15 megawatts, 30 megawatts, 60 megawatts worth of power. So as long as we're under 60, I can do that upgrade. I'm not always under 60. So what we're going to do is we're going to very quickly throw in a dirty boiler. Here. Yeah. You to there to there. Can I get a storage, a loose storage 2? Jam you there, run that to there. Set the recipe, build that. Set you to be coal with a very much filmy now. And actually we'll even crank that up to probably 3 or something. Can I get waste management? Can I get smokestack and put that there? And then I'm going to take my steam, and this is all temporary, so it's going to go away in like 2 minutes, and plug that in here. And the plan is that you can at the very minimum run 1 turbine. Well, half a turbine. Half a turbine, yeah, and provide like 7 megawatts worth of power. It sort of might get me out of trouble. Maybe, roughly. Yeah, I really need 2, but I'm not going to build 2. Can I go to... That's a coal bucket. Can I go to that coal bucket and paste those settings there? And then just drag that right the way up and set you to priority 2. Yeah, I want all the coal to be delivered right now. Okay, next thing I want to do is... I want to do this first. Yes, sort of want to do this first. We're mostly under. We're mostly under. All right, we're just going to power down the nuclear reactor. It'll be fine. Nothing bad will happen. Oh, there's some coal right now. Yeah, it's fine. Look, it's great. We're doing awesome. It's fine. What's your issue? Oh, the pipe didn't plug in. That would be an issue. Okay. Try again. Okay. With the pipe now plugged in, and the reactor cooled down, we're going to upgrade the reactor. We're definitely going to spend uni on that, because I sort of want the reactor back up and running ASAP. Sort of. A little bit. Just a wee bit. Yeah. Yeah. And then we can get rid of this. We're over 60 megawatts. Yeah, we're over 60 megawatts. Yeah, we're over 60 megawatts. It's fine. A little bit of brownouts hurt nobody. Nobody at all. Did I leave all those paused? I did leave everything paused here. I was hoping I might find a worker or 2. Okay, it's fine. All right, reactor Mark 2. Great. Power back up. All right, reactor Mark 2. Reactor Mark 2 can now use a new type of fuel. It's going to be MOX rods. Yes, so we can now burn MOX rods. We can still burn uranium rods. On top of that, it has a couple new options. First off, we can power this up to level 4. Previously, we could only go to level 3. On top of that, we get this new button here, which is Enable Automatic Regulation. Very important little button to have. If I just unpause that pipe and unpause you, and you. Yep, we can choose to run the reactor at full speed. Now, if I run the reactor at full speed and all these have auto balance off, then that means this reactor is going to pump out 384 steam, and that's going to run into all these high pressure turbines, and it's going to spin up all these generators, and we will get 30, 60, 90, 120 megawatts worth of power. We'll have 120 megawatts worth of power. We'll be plenty good with power, which is an option. It is a perfectly fine option. It's a great option. I've already built the water system to make sure it can run at that speed without a problem. Also, now that the reactor's running, I can remove all those temporary pipes and delete and go away. Cool, problem solved. But that means I'm just burning the fuel for the fun of it. Now, we can go and press the automatic regulation button, but before I do that, now I know all the power is now running off this reactor, I'm gonna go kill the old power plant, because I don't need this running anymore. So we're going to come in here and we're going to go pause button, and I don't need that boiler or that boiler. I do want to set you to power production number 1, please. Copy, paste, because I want to burn off any power we have left in the shaft. I don't need you and you running. If I don't have these guys running, I don't need the scrubber running. I also don't need the scrubber's water, steam, recreation running either. I obviously don't need these turbines running, all these turbines running. I also won't need those turbines, or those turbines, or that turbine running either. Yeah. Also won't need to recover the steam from that or that either. Yeah. So we can just power down pretty much everything. There is this glass furnace that is hooked up to exhaust, which comes into here, into there, into there, into there, into a balancer, which would send it to the scrubber normally, but if it can't go to the scrubber, it's going to go to a chimney. So that's just a very long exhaust chimney right now. Yeah. Also means I don't need to inject water into the system anymore to burn it off to make power. So back to 62 workers. Ooh, nice. All right. Back to this reactor. Okay, we are running the reactor flat out. We are running the... Yep, flat out. 110. Why are you running 110? Shouldn't be running 110. Oh, you got auto balance on. Well. 110's bad. What I can do is I can turn on automatic regulation. When you turn on automatic regulation, you can see that this just went down a little bit. Because I'm not actually using all the steam. So the reactor will start using 12 megaflops worth of, or teraflops of our wonderful computing power, and I actually scale the power of the reactor up and down. And it takes a little while for the reactor to scale up and down, but if we turn this off for a second, and you heat back up, preferably. No, they decided they need to spin up. Really wish you didn't decide to spin up right now. Oh, 112. You're not going to overheat for me. Yeah, there we go, 13. So anytime it goes red, it dumps some of the cooling and runs the steam depleted pipe, this pipe. This is why we have just a little bit of depleted steam in there, so we don't melt down the reactor. We're just running the cooling pipe a little bit. The plan is we turn on this. Now, this means it'll scale down. It does take a little while to scale down, so it's something you need to keep an eye on. But as long as you can scale down quickly enough, you shouldn't have a meltdown. Or you provide cooling and just accept some of your steam is going to squirt straight through. You're not going to get a high steam out. You're going to get depleted steam out because it was used to cool the reactor. But it also means that I can turn you and you and you on auto balance. I can turn you and you and you on auto balance. And these two shafts here, this shaft and this shaft, which is on power production 4, 5, 6, and 6 as well, this is going to provide me 60 megawatts worth of power. I'm generally over 60 megawatts worth of power. I could turn some of these on auto balance, but it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. It means this is going to hover between power level 2 and power level 4, depending on how much power we actually need to keep all this running. In theory, I should probably put some extra flywheels on. We might just do that. We might put flywheels there, and then take you off auto balance. Take you off auto balance and put you and you and you and you on auto balance. Set you to power 4. We're going to do 5, 5, and then we'll do 6, 6. So this is the next one to power up, then this one as well. Yeah, and I'll just add a couple more flywheels because flywheels are cheap. Flywheels are cheap. We can throw some of them on without a problem. All right, so that's going to fix that problem. But I have more problems. I have radioactive waste storage is full of waste. Yeah, we have an awful lot of radioactive waste that's been stacking up for a little while that I should probably do something about. So we're going to come over here and we're going to upgrade this blueprint. Now, I tried my best to make sure I make blueprints that are modular. Modular. Not modular as in it's easy to snap the modules together like bits of Lego. More like modular as you unlock more technology, you can then get more buildings built. So I want to build the Jetty's MOX fuel rods. So this second blueprint, which needs to rotate around and then plug into that coal box at the bottom and, well, line up with that large storage at the top that I manually added and drop in right there. When I add in this blueprint, it's going to do a number of things. Because we did the research for the nuclear reactor Mark II, we now have access to, well, the nuclear reactor Mark II, which has that new setting, you know, power level 4, and also the auto-regulate. We also got access to the nuclear reprocessing plant, which is a complex facility which reprocesses radioactive material by isolating fission products, material that is no longer fission products, no longer fissile, and would slow down the reaction if left in the reactor. Isolated waste decays faster, allowing it to be disposed of in a reasonable time span. The isolated waste is vitrified using molten glass into a solid form for easy storage. Okay. It's going to take in 18 spent fuel, plus a little bit of acid, which we're making on site, plus some molten glass, which we're now going to have to get, and give us reprocessed uranium, plus some plutonium, plus some fission products. So that's their plan. Now, it does mean that I need to turn on this recipe, this reprocessed uranium, because that's going to come out the front of this machine, and copy and paste it. Make sure that they have that recipe, and that's their number one recipe. Also means I need more workers. What? I do need more workers. Okay. Also means that I need more workers. I also need 2 more workers. Unload crew. That's my more workers right there. Found more workers. Okay. Also means I need that glass. The glass that we were talking about earlier. Broken glass. I'm going to export that broken glass directly to this bucket. Because this is designed to bring in broken glass to give us that molten glass that we require. So we're going to bring in broken glass, obviously. Can I click that end? That is now set to export. It is. That goes to there. And we're good to go. Yeah, because prior it was locked off. Trucks couldn't access it. Cool. A whole lot of molten glass. And that's going to get shoved into here. Did I just see the labs balked? I don't know why the labs are balked. You're using 4, 4, 4. We're making 6 and 6, which is 12. You're making 96, which is being split. Oh, we're short on mechanical parts, are we? Oh. Oh, because we're doing a 50-50 split and it's not quite enough. Okay, well, upgrade. Problem solved. 48. 200 belt, 200 belt. Yeah, that'll solve that problem. Okay, back to what I was saying. All right, we're going to bring in some broken glass. We're going to smelt the broken glass because it's easier. That way I don't have to deal with slag and all sorts of other byproducts. And put it into this lovely molten channel, which means as that molten channel fills up, not for any other reason, but it fills in the tiles and it looks so shiny. I like the fact that it looks shiny. We can start reprocessing nuclear spent fuel. So I now have a new storage bucket right here, which is going to bring some of our spent fuel from here to here. Hopefully it brings it in faster than we make the stuff. Hopefully. That's going to use some of the acid that we're already making on site, plus the molten glass, which is added to give us our reprocessed uranium, which is going to come out in this belt and go to each one of these machines. Yes. Our reprocessed uranium is going to be used rather than the yellow cake. But I have one problem, and that is my buckets are full. Can I get a bucket? And can I put the bucket over... I'm probably not going to use this. Sure. Can import products. Turn on, please. All right. So this is going to give us some reprocessed uranium, which will go into these machines. Also going to give us plutonium. Plutonium goes to this machine. A little bit of plutonium plus a little bit of split uranium gives me some MOX fuel. MOX fuel is going to go into there. It is basically an alternative fuel that we can use inside our nuclear reactor. Rather than using uranium rods, I could just swap over to MOX fuel and we can use MOX fuel instead. We'll come back to that problem. And it's also going to give us some fission products. Fission products are disposed of, break down after 100 years. So in 100 years, I can then run them, well, they'll come out this belt, they'll go into this, and then they'll go into the shredder and become, well, recyclables. Yeah, which then hopefully we pick up and dispose of. Just put it empty on that. That should solve that problem. All right. And you have enough room that hopefully these are now processing. They are. So now we're using some of our old spent fuel to make new fuel rods to run new nuclear reactors. Yeah. Yeah. And if we run out of spent fuel to use or the belts are empty for any reason, then we'll just swap back to the normal yellow cake to make even more uranium rods because I like uranium rods. It's fine. It's fine. All right, so that's that little problem sorted. Great, sorted. Also, we've gone through, we've done the Nuclear Reactor Mark II. We've also done Vehicle Management's Mark V, which brought us up to 180 vehicles. I've also done the cargo depot. Look at all these things we're screaming through. But I like nuclear reactors. I like nuclear reactors, and the main thing a nuclear reactor does is it provides steam. And steam is very helpful. Steam goes into a bunch of products. The main product it goes into, at least in my case, is oil. So, I would like to at least attempt to have a nuclear meltdown and run our oil build off nuclear steam. So I need to find a little bit of space. We're going to remove you. Yep. And I'm going to copy. Can I copy you first? Cool. Then I'm going to remove you. You need to go away. We're going to put you over here. We're going to take this tank of chlorine and put this tank over here. I'm out of teraflops. Really? No, you're fully cooled. Fine. Have another one. You lose 6 water per process. You output 48 water. No, we're fine on water still. You to build to... I need this built first. Yep. And then populated the pipes a little bit. Yep. Before I build you. I just want to make sure there's no shortage of chilled water. Because when this is built, all the chilled water is going to fly forward into the front one. Like so. Cool. And then you full yet? You full yet? You full yet? You're half full. That's good enough. Build all those. Okay. And that means you will never fill up. So can I just remove... We'll get off that one. We'll just remove some servers. Yeah. Okay. All right. Plenty of teraflops available. All right. What was I doing? I was moving chlorine. Okay. I want to build chlorine here. I want to build my chlorine output pipe. Goes to there. And I want to build that too. I want to delete this, unity remove, and that fills up that tank. And then we're going to remove that. Cool. Not done yet. Oh. If I move you there... No, that's probably okay. All right, not done yet. I want to take my chlorine and I want to move it far out of my way, which means I'm going to take it to under this stack of stuff and through to... Yeah. To here. To here. Cool. And then can I just remove that pipe? Okay. Done. All right. And I have no idea which way that pipe's going. Just remove that. That'll tell me. Okay, pipe's going fine. This is our emergency poop pipe, which hopefully we never have to use. And as it's not hooked up, I really hope I never have to use it. Cool. You animal feed. Yeah, build to there. Build that through to there. Remove that. Cool. A little bit more free space. All right. One last pipe I need to clean up, which is this diesel pipe that goes from buffer tank number 1 to buffer tank number 2 before it continues on its way. Just because I don't want to have diesel problems ever again. I can run. Okay, can I grab this pipe? And that was a research. Can we run this pipe through to here, to there, and plug it in there? Cool. That should be diesel. All right. Water power has a low supply of water. How? Who's using the water? Huh? Out. That's not using water, that's not using water, that's not using water. That goes to there, which then goes into there, which goes over there, and goes into there, which goes in there. I have no idea how that happened. Oh, somebody's gone and stolen the water. That's how it's happened. Okay. Large tree harvest has no fuel. I think that'll get solved shortly. Haul truck can't reach. Okay, maybe that won't get sorted. Can you move to here? I don't know why a different fuel truck didn't decide to service you, but sure. All right. So, chlorine machine. Can we get that rebuilt? There's literally a truck sitting here full of diesel. Okay. Off. Probably need this diesel pipe to get a little bit larger now. Now we have bigger ships being serviced by it. Yeah, okay. And off. Yeah, no idea. No idea why that truck had diesel. But has that price returned? No, the price hasn't returned yet. Okay. All right, back to what I was doing. Nuclear reactors. I want to put a nuclear reactor right here. I also want to make it my main steam source for this, but that means I need to have a little bit of infrastructure. We're going to obviously not need a nuclear reprocessing plant. We've already built one of those. I want a nuclear reactor. Might as well have a Mark II. Can't knock a Mark II. We might as well have a Mark II. I'm going to put you right there. We're going to grab a storage box and put it right here. And you are going to be uranium rods, which we will then flow straight into that machine. On top of that, storage. I am going to have to deal with radioactive waste. Obviously, you're going to output nuclear radioactive waste, which I need to put somewhere. It's going to go into here. All right, then I need to have water and I need to have steam. So I need to have two different inputs. I also need to have somewhere to use the steam. Somewhere to use the steam is going to look very similar to one of these things called power. So I need something that looks similar to that. Yep. Which needs to squeeze in somewhere. Sure, it's gonna be tight. It'll be fine. All right. Okay, what do I need? So we need to have steam come out, water come in. I'm gonna want a small buffer tank because it is a nuclear reactor. Very important. They do never, ever run out of water. Generally, people, have less radioactive problems if they don't run out of water. Generally, not always guaranteed, but generally. We also need to plug in that, which needs to get to the steam, which is on this side, of course it is. Also, I need to do something to return the steam from at least the power plant. We don't technically get steam back after it goes into oil. So any steam I put into oil is technically a loss. Well, any water I turn to steam that then I put into oil is a loss. It doesn't return. Whereas normally with a normal nuclear reactor, you run the steam in, you convert into power, and then you get depleted steam back, which you can then either cool down and recover, or you can run through a thermal desalinator to also recover and also get a net benefit on the amount of water you put into the system. Not an option over here. Anything that goes into oil is gone. So this is, on a scale of 1 to dumb, it's about a 12. Okay, so I need to... Okay, first off I need to deal with pipes and steam. All right, we're going to take our high pressure steam. We're going to run it to here. I'm then going to run it through a balancer. It has to go through a balancer because I want to prioritize it going out this way, which needs to go into which pipe? That pipe that just lit up looking like steam. Can I bring you down into here and into here? Okay, so that's going to be my steam input. Okay, then excess steam is going to come this way and run into this generator. Okay, this generator is also going to have a balancer. This balancer is more of a technical balancer rather than a required balancer. Yeah. This is going to give me low pressure steam, which I'm going to run into there. I'm also going to, please plug in. There. I'm going to run you underneath and I'm going to run you separate. We'll get to why in a second. Then I have depleted steam, which is going to come into the front of this and also into that one. And then the one other thing I'm going to need is if I run the cooling tower. So the emergency cooling, that also outputs depleted steam, which I'd like to at least have an attempt to recover. So that needs to go in there as well. I also need to have water, which is going to go on top of the steam pipes. Of course it does. Can I go one lower, please? No, height 2. Cool. And then, nope. This is the input. We'll go this way. We'll go to that tile, I hope. Okay, I need a balancer in here. You are going to be the priority in for our water, which is going to go there, plus it's going to go there. That should be fine. All right, then I need to get water to fill this tank from our oil build, which luckily enough is this pipe here, I believe. Yes, which also goes to where the hell is that going? Oh, it's going up to medical. Okay, so we're going to grab this water pipe from here and plug that into that balancer as well, which is going to need some serious upgrades. No, we probably don't need to upgrade that one. All right, I think we're good. We're going to build that much. We're going to build the power plant. We're going to build that much. We're going to hook up some belts. So this is going to be radioactive waste out. That's going to be depleted rods in. We're going to set a fill on that. We already have. Build that and build that. Build that pipe. You're going to start getting water. We're going to turn you off. I don't want you having any trucks trying to bring water in. And you have a priority in from our steam reclaiming. Yes. I need to have that actually plug into that port. Seems important, Jetty. Okay, with that done, we should be able to build you, and I should be able to build a nuclear reactor. Sure, build it. It'll be fine. What could go wrong? Everything, Jetty. Everything could go wrong. All right, my control tower has nothing to dig. You are copper. Can we just get you to dig like 5 or 6 tiles right across the front? Done. Solved. I left the coal guys. What are you doing? You're dicking around the corner again. Well, I guess so. Edit area. Can you go from there to there? And have you widen this out another couple of tiles. Because I do want to get into the crater. I want to build in the crater. I want to do bad truck. Bad excavator. I want to do things in the crater. I want to fill out those tiles. I want to remove that and that. I want to fill out those tiles. I want to remove that. I want to mark you as an actual fill. As is that. As is that. Yeah. None of this level terrain. I want to fill. Fill. Okay, not enough workers, times 6. 65 workers. It seems like a few too many. All right, where is our reactor? Okay, so I have a reactor. I have fuel rods. You have 20 fuel rods ready to go. And our plan is going to be a simple one, okay? We're going to take what little water we have, which is not a lot. We're going to run our steam into here, which is then going to prioritize out to come into here, which is going to take over steam input from, well, these two distillation stage 1s, which we're just converting, well, our heavy oil and our medium oil into exhaust, also providing a whole lot of exhaust into steam and also providing a whole lot of exhaust. Also, we have these guys that burnt off excess and also provided booster steam. So we should be able to scale you to stage 1, which should give us 96 steam. Now, there is a chance we're going to have more than 96 steam. Hence, if it can't go into the oil build, i.e. through this pipe, it'll then overflow into this pipe and pop over here. When it pops over here, I want to prioritize one of these 2 turbines over the other, because I'm going to leave you off auto balance running all the time, and I'm going to have to leave you off auto balance running all the time as well. But I want to make sure that because that efficiency loss we're going to have in steam that was starting up and slowing down and starting up and slowing down, because it's not going to be a constant supply of steam, I'm going to try and isolate these 2 to work together. Also going to make sure that power production for this is very, very high, because any power we get in here, I basically need to use straight away because we don't have flywheels. For a number of reasons, one of them being I can't fit them. Sure. All right. So you have a little bit of mechanical power, which means you have a little bit of mechanical power, which means you have a little bit of power, and we're just going to use it. We're just going to use it. We're just going to use it. We're going to abuse it. We're going to waste it. It's fine. I don't mind. Yeah, that is 18 megawatts worth of mechanical power or 15 of electricity. All right. So with that done, it now means that I don't need this boiler, or this boiler, or this boiler anymore. Providing my cracking works, providing I can transfer from one liquid to another, I won't have a problem with backing up. I do think that maybe I need to turn on these guys, possibly, to get rid of fuel gas, but probably not. Probably not. I think it'll be perfectly fine. Also means that, where can I find 17 people? Right there. We're cutting back the nuclear mine to 1x speed because that'd be full. That'd be full. Yeah, that'd be full. And ooh, high. Transport output to steam depleted. Output steam depleted. Oh. During the pipe that I had to, make sure connected, and I made sure it connected, I just forgot to build it. Yep. So, that should get rid of that warning message, and you guys should run perfectly fine. We should be getting out some power, not a lot of power, but it's basically free power. More importantly, it's cut back a whole lot of pollution that the nuclear power plant was producing. These were 90 exhaust each. That was another 90. That was 72 CO2. That was 72 exhaust, and I did have 36 steam depleted. Steam depleted being the nicest of the lot, but I was making a whole lot of air pollution. An awful lot of air pollution. In fact, our scrubbing is now down to technically only one of these guys work, just because we've only got one steel smelter, 2 iron smelters, and a single copper smelter hooked up to it. Yeah, it's not really working as hard as it used to. But I have 8 workers free, just 8. 8's all I have. And in theory, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and next episode do number 8, and at which point I get a completed town. Sure, I'm probably going to need more people before that, because none of these buildings are running. Technically, we are decommissioning the old ones, so it might be okay, but realistically, it's not going to be okay, because I also need to get food down here, and I need to boot up food before we move the colony across. There are some things that we need to do, but we're digging in the mountain, we're trying to find some gold. We are filling in the sea like a champ. This dock out here is getting done slowly, very, very slowly. We are stable for the first time in I don't know how long, with still 5 idle trucks. Can't knock 5 idle trucks. 5. Cool. Now 0 idle trucks. We're still digging sand. We're still digging limestone. We're still digging copper. We're still digging iron. We did upgrade you. You are now maxed out on coolant. So can I throw servers back in there? And yes. And hopefully have this a little bit wider by the next episode, which means I can run a belt down here. By the same token, I can just build a row of housing on the back. Sure, they won't have that little town decoration thing to get that bonus, but I have the room. I have the space. But it also means I need to leave this episode here. We've made good progress, and more importantly, we now have nuclear-powered diesel. Yeah. Both the power for the diesel comes from nuclear, and the steam for the diesel comes from nuclear. So this is obviously the fastest diesel you're ever going to get your hands on. And it's all running into my ships. Look at him go. Look at him go. Yep. Also, my army of trucks. Yep. Did that price come back down? No. Yeah. My trucks that won't slow down because nuclear powered diesel. But it does mean I need to leave this episode here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next episode where hopefully, we can worry about trying to get food into the crater. It might involve a little bit of manhandling with trucks to start with, but we're now stable. We now have that option. In fact, yeah, I still got idles. Yeah, we're doing well. Doing well on the trucks for the first time in a long time. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. Thanks for watching. See you next one. Bye.